Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is a pretty popular snap-on tool. This is the PWZ, and it comes in various sizes, but it's not cheap. This is the smallest, this is the 8-inch size, and this sells for about $80. They do make a 21-inch one, 21 and a half inches, that sells for $180. However, I thought I'd explore one of these. This is a 21-inch icon kind of version of this with arguably mixed reviews. And it all comes down to this feature right here. This little push button which supposedly makes opening and closing this thing to, faster. Harbor Freight has on their website a whole pile of negative reviews about this. In fact, this whole tool is rated 4.6 stars or 92%, which seems a little high, given that when you read the reviews, people are happy they have it but haven't really used it. And the people who have used it end up saying this thing is a problem and it breaks and causes this mechanism to slip. Harbor Freight seemed to have responded to the comments for a little while. This tool's about a year old, I guess. They make 3 different sizes. This is the 21-inch. They also, I believe, make a 17-inch and a 12-inch. 12-inch they sell for about 19 bucks, maximum Harbor Freight price. 17 is 29, and this one is 39, or essentially 1/2 of what this one costs, and it would take 4.5 of these to make the 21-inch snap-on price. But anyway, what I'm going to do is cut this thing open and explore it a little bit and see what I think. So let's get it out of its case here. This is a Cobra Tech out the front utility knife. People often ask me about that when they see me use this thing. A couple of notes with this. It weighs, I believe it's 5.7 pounds. It is made in China. You can see that there. The snap-on one is made, and all of the others, made in Argentina. So there's that. But as you can see, they recommend it. Wheel alignment, tie rods, basically anything where you need to grab something with jaws and apply a lot of leverage. There have been some complaints also that the jaws were not grabbing or staying on as tight as they should. And then that quick release feature. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look. By the way, the number on this, it looks like PQA21. Interesting, rather than PWZ. So let's take a look at this guy. Overall, yeah, it's heavy, especially when it's stuck to a magnet. This is the mechanism here. We'll go the maximum. So there's max jaw right there, and people did say they didn't get the full amount. As you can see, there's still some threadedness here, but this is already seated at the bottom there. And then it has, just the standard plier with, if you notice, there is some lever arm action going on here. So ideally, you've got something you want to grab. You put it in the jaws, cinch it up, and then you can push this button. I guess you can't see that. So once I've grabbed it, you can push this button and slide the ring up. Now, Harbor Freight would say make sure that this is actually all the way deployed. As you can see, it is not. It is popped in a little bit. This is what deployed looks like. Some people might have been using it in a recessed position. So go ahead and screw that. It's actually very easy to push that while you're trying to screw it too, because it's a huge button and it is all, I don't know, plasticky feeling. So we're gonna grab our object, cinch up the jaw, cinch this up, and then squeeze. And then we can adjust this to adjust the width of it. Let's see. Not getting any failure there, just failure on the wood. Try that again. Maybe put it in a little differently. Maybe I'll try it a little bigger. I'm going to push this down, slide slide this back, open this up, drop that in lengthwise, and then I'm going to try to cinch it in there. See, the push button stays down. Push it in, slide it up, make sure it's fully deployed, fully out. Open it a little bit more. Not getting a failure there. I'm getting some sponge here. Okay, that seems to be holding. Now, if I press this just a little bit and catch it, what's going to happen? Just a little. Well, okay, it popped free there. Wonder if I broke it. Seems to be holding. Let's try that again. I'm going to push this down just a little to catch it as if it's not fully depressed. Popped up fine. Let's see if it's got any injury. I don't know. So, in a brief exploration there, I can see that this can create a problem. I didn't have the failure. Some of the reviews on the Harbor Freight website said that it would slip. My guess is Harbor Freight's probably right, but having a tool that has this big push button on it that is very easy to catch, if you start applying some pressure to the handles, well, that's up front, but not fully down, it does hold that. Get that in again. It does, see, it's right there. It is not fully seated. And that I could see easily happening. And if it's not quite fully seated, there is a problem. If I let it fully seat, it does seem to hold. So, I don't know. Your mileage may vary. For the price, if you need a great big tool, lifetime warranty, it's got all the, the status of an Icon tool. But for 1/4 and a half price of the Snap-on version, or 1/2 of the tiny little one, I've had no issue with this. I've only used it a little bit, but what it does, I just wanted the small one, is great. But I don't know if it really makes a big difference to, not be able to spin this thing. If it was solid, it might spin a little bit better, but my guess is maybe they should have some way that you could replace that. I don't know if you can somehow. Or when they come out with a new one, I don't know if that really is enough of a benefit given the risk. Because otherwise it's a pretty simple tool. Anyway, little close-up view. Black oxide, kind of an overmold here, rubberized. I guess looks like they've got a new handle design. I've had this one for quite a while. On the new ones, new version of those. But there it is, 21-inch Icon. What do they call this thing? The S-Jaw Quick Adjust Plier wrench. And with that, knock out.